It has been a lot of, let's say, digital sources that help all those who actually want to educate to get to the sources online. However, the core sources are those which we recommend to residents to use for their training, and they are still probably the core ones. However, they have been translated to many more languages and to many more scripts like Cyrillic and so on. For example, Kansky's series, which is European, and American series Basic Science and Clinical Course, which has also been translated, and it's also co-edited by EBO for the last, I would say, 9 years at the moment. When I was EBO president, I was in 2010, then EBO signed a memorandum with American Academy to co-edit American Academy books, so that this source has now been actually harmonized with European views. So that's something that residents from both parts of Atlantic can now use as a common source. Also, we did quite a lot of work with bringing ideas of young ophthalmologists from AO YO program that was there in place for some time. So in 2007, with Zdenek Gregor and then Stefan Sergard, we planned to organize sort of young SOE YO young organization in SOE, and then we found Anthony Khawaja to be an excellent promoter of that ideas, and he did a wonderful job since then. And now SOE YOs have actually gone into the second and third and now fourth generation of their leadership, and it's only growing. So this became really a movement across all European countries. It is very important. It is also in Europe important that every country has its own educational minded leader. But of course SOE as a trans or let's say supranational organization should be the one to really promote education, because education really is the key to harmonize the services that we offer to the patients. So education in terms of not only sources but let's say practice patterns have been transmitted pretty much across the Europe through education, and also programs that are now available for young people to visit, let's say, prestigious or developed centers on the west from the east. So that was a program that SOE was promoting for many years, and now it is more than 1,000 probably young doctors from the east that have had a chance to actually see the practices on the west. And now after so many years now, that practices have actually started to emerge in excellence level also on the east. So hopefully in the future the whole Europe have the same standards, and young people will also be motivated, and they are already motivated to visit not only excellent centers on the west but also excellent center on the east, so that this transfer of knowledge would go both ways. So my advice to all young ophthalmologists would be to actually follow the good examples of the established centers in Europe to see how the system really works there, and then try to bring these practices in their own environment. As I said before, now the sources are unified. They could actually find a lot of resources on the internet as well. Actually join them, do all sorts of tests and practices, and of course to complete their training in terms of certification that is, let's say, European and well accepted, and this is EBO diploma if possible. Now for all the residents that are outside European Union, this at the moment is not possible yet to sit this exam. Hopefully it'll be in the future, and that brings them into a little bit more difficult position, how to harmonize their knowledge according to the standards that's been set by the EBO and other organizations. But if they do follow the principles and knowledge which is now available in the formats that are accessible everywhere, they should actually have the proficiency level that is comparable to other countries. It would be nice if EBO exam actually would be accessible to all of European nations, regardless whether or not it is European Union or not.